Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Overwatch Weekly. So finally we are here with the big PTR update that adds the Symmetra Rework. We're going to jump right into that in a second. I want to talk about the way this video is going to work for a second, just so you understand. In a minute or so I will hop over to the PTR where I will go through the gameplay and I will show you Symmetra's abilities in person in the training area, and I will also show you the changes to Horizon Lunar Colony. That'll be the part that goes in next. After that, we will cut back to this. We'll talk about the rest of the stuff I want to talk about. There's just some things that I want to talk about in the client on the PTR that are going to be added in. So I figured the best way to talk about them is actually doing it in the game rather than just talking about them and just having the gameplay. I figured it would be better just to do it all at one time. So we will do that in a second, but I have 4 stories this week. The big one, of course, being the Symmetra Rework and the changes to Horizon Lunar Colony. So we're going to hop on over to the PTR right now, and I'll show you some of these changes in person. And yeah, that's coming up right now. All right, here we are in the practice range, and we are in the Hero Select screen. So I wanted to start here because I want to show you the first big change that we have, which is that the Hero Select screen has been changed. We used to have 4 different menus or hero options. We had offense, defense, tank, and support. Now we only have 3. We have tank, damage, and support. So offense and defense are merged into one. We have 6 in tank, 6 in support, and 15 in damage. But of course, the main reason why I'm here is for Symmetra. Look at that nice Symmetra Magician skin that I pulled, even though it's only in the PTR. So, Symmetra. Here we are with Symmetra. So, how has Symmetra been changed? Well, if you look at the bottom right, you can see that her turret is still there as her shift ability, but her teleporter is now her E ability. But we will get to that in a second. So the first thing is we're going to go with her main primary fire, which is the photon projector. So a couple things. As you can see, I can fire at this wall, and it will not lock on to an enemy. It'll just go and go and go and go and go and go. It'll never lock on. No matter how close I get, it won't lock on to the enemy. We're going to just punch this guy to death because I don't want to have him running anything with this. So it no longer locks on, but the range has been increased to 10 meters. So if we stand back here, we can hit this guy. We can back up a little bit, and we can go to 10 meters is what we can manage to get him with. Another thing is that the damage, instead of being 1 second in between going from level to level, it now takes 2 seconds to go from level to level. What that means is, before, the turret used to go from 30 damage to 60 damage to 120 damage, and every second it would increase. So you'd do 30 damage, then it would bump up to 60, and then it would bump up to 120. In 2 seconds total, you'd have 120 base damage. Now, it starts at 60, then 2 seconds later goes to 120, and 2 seconds later goes to 180. So that's the main change to the beam. So as you can see, if you pay attention, you can see it gets thicker right there, and that's it doing more damage. And the beam also generates ammo when hitting barriers. That's something I can't demonstrate here because there are no barriers, but I will try my hardest to find a way to do that at some point. The other thing that changed, of course, is the alternate fire. So, the orb, if you remember in the live servers, would pierce the target when you fire it. It looks a little bit different. It also takes less time to charge now, and instead of piercing the target, it just explodes on impact. Did not mean to fire that twice. So it explodes on impact. The speed of the projectile and the speed of charging up was increased. And the damage is now 60 damage from the impact and 60 from the explosion. So that's that. Alright. Now, we can move on to the next thing, which is the sentry turrets. So, in the live servers, you have to walk up to the wall and place it like that. Kind of. It's a little bit different. But now I can actually just stand back here, and I can just launch the sentry turret at the wall. And it will fire. And he is now dealing damage to this guy here. The turret can also now have a max of 3 instead of 6. It used to be you had a max of 6. Now it is only a max of 3 instead of 6. But the damage on each turret was increased to make up for that. And the amount of slowing effect on it has also been increased, which is kind of crazy. So we can try to showcase the slowing speed more on a moving target. Let's see. We'll shoot him over here. We'll just put them right here. And we'll get some. So you can see this guy here is slowing down. So, yeah. That's that. So now we have the teleporter. That is the last main ability that was changed. And the way it works is you can place the teleporter up to 25 meters away. So we can back up, and you'll see it now. It'll start to follow us where we go. We can put it up here. We can put it up there. We're going to deploy it up there. The entrance is created right in front of us, and we can just walk up to it and click F. As you can see there, teleport F, and we will go through the teleporter. So it's no longer just walk through it. You have to press a button for it to work. I'm curious as to know what happens if, let's see, if we put this one, let's put it over there. When the training bot comes by one of the teleporters, I'm curious to see if it will give me the option to click F, or if it will just, what are you doing, bot? Let's see, ooh, teleporter's gone already.
Teleporter online.
Let's see. When it comes near, let's see if it gives me the option to click F.
Acknowledged.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't say anything, so they'll figure that out somehow. I keep getting these eliminations. So, can I be placed up to 25 meters away? The entrance will automatically be built, as you saw, so I can place it over there, and the entrance is right here. I can place it, wherever, 25 meters away, and it will be placed right there. It lasts for 10 seconds. The health is now 300 instead of what it was before. Things can teleport through it that couldn't before, and the entrance can be destroyed now, and if it is, both sides will be destroyed as a result. And finally, her ultimate. Now, her ultimate is new, as you might be able to tell. It is now Photon Barrier, which used to be her E. Now that is her ultimate, and the way it works is you click it, and you get this nice, huge wall here. You can change the orientation of it by pressing Q again, so I can stand here, and then I click Q again, and it'll slice through me that way. So I can do that. And let's put it right in front of these guys here to showcase the way it works. So these are going to respawn. We're going to build the barrier, and the shots aren't coming through. You can't obviously charge your beam on your own barriers. That would be kind of broken, but that is the Symmetra changes. They're interesting. I'm interested in seeing if Symmetra becomes more used in competitive play. But that is everything that has changed to Symmetra. Now I'm going to jump over to Horizon Lunar Colony and show you some of the changes over there. So I will see you on Horizon. So here we are on Horizon. We are right outside the attacking spawn. So we're going to just walk around. You can see this here is new. This is just like a little cosmetic change here. Doesn't really affect it too much. The opening area is just a little bit different. It's not too different. Yeah, this is a little bit different here. Let's see what else has changed. This side is the same. You have this little room here. Health pack. Take the stairs upstairs, and we can get into this room where you can see that is gone. That's where the desk fell down. That's an attacking spawn exit. Come back out here, you get to this stairwell. This is now something that is a little bit different. At least I think it is. I don't remember it being like this. So you can get to all these different areas from the different points of the map. But we're going to get to where some of the changes really start to take effect. These side rooms aren't changed really. If they are, it's small, minor cosmetic changes. Go out into space. Everything is the same out here. Nothing changes out in space. We can go back up here, and we can see some changes to this area up here. So this bottom area down here, not too much change, maybe a couple of cosmetic changes, but nothing major. Here, though, there's a big change. This walkway now has some protective shielding on the corners here. This middle area here, instead of what used to be here, we used to have a wall here. Now it's an entire open spot here, and another shielding area here. In this room, we don't see any major changes. This isn't really a strategic room anyway, but it's there. There's a door here to exit this room, but there is now no way into this area here. There's no door there anymore. There's now a staircase instead to go up. So that side room is no longer usable for flanking in the same way. So you can go up here, you can go in this room, but you can't go out this way. You have to go up the stairs if you're going to do any kind of attack from that room. Over here, we see some changes. The health pack is now here. The entrance to this room that was over there is now gone. Instead, the only entrance to this room is right here and right over there. So now what was an entrance there is now just a staircase and a wall. So that is a change. That is a pretty big change there. Then we come into this the point. The point, other than the change to the wall there, is the exact same. There's no change to the point. We move on past the staircase. That's new. This health pack is the same. We get into the hydroponics lab, which is very different cosmetically. The overall layout is pretty much the same. We got a big health pack here, and we have a small health pack here. So that's a swap. This used to be a big health pack, and I believe that used to be a small health pack, or there was no health pack here at all. But there's now a big health pack here instead of on that side of the room. We can see some trees and a bunch of different plants and whatnot. This room seems a little bit wider. If not, it definitely has more cover though, so it's not as easy to just pick people off from there. And we can move into the next part. We can go up here, where we'll start seeing some big changes. So up here, you can start to see the big changes to point B. So this stairwell used to lead up to this area, which hasn't really changed, and this area, which would take you down to this staircase, and that hasn't changed. This wall here, though, is new. This was not here before. Obviously, there's some design changes outside of that, but it's pretty much still untouched other than that wall. Brings you down to this area. We can go and explore a little bit here. Small health pack is still there. This room isn't changed too much. Nothing drastic here. You can see the design here has changed, so the moon floor now extends further out. We can go over to this side. Small health pack still there, relatively unchanged here. This side is also pretty much the same, if not exactly the same. Not much of a change there. Where we start to see the big changes is with this spawn. So here we have an upper platform which is now extended out. It used to just sit in the corner over here. Now it extends all the way out here. So a Widowmaker can play out here more, or Hanzo can play out here more. They're not stuck in the corner. And other heroes can utilize this more as well because you're closer to the action. There's now a health pack here, and the door to this like little shield area here. But the ability to kind of attack the point from the spawn is now gone. So here is the spawn point. They removed the like console that was right there. There's still like a satellite and whatnot here, and there's the upper area here. But now when you go out to the right side, instead of everywhere going out towards the middle, you come out and you're right up by this staircase, and you're right by this. So you can't really play from the point as well. I mean, you can still sit here if you're Widowmaker and try to pick off people on the point, or like a Hanzo or a Soldier 76 or whatever. You can pick people off, but the area is changed in order to keep that from happening. And I came in this way before, but if you come out the left side, you get to right where the staircase is, the lower platform here, or the higher platform here. So that is Horizon Lunar Colony changes in a nutshell. There's also some changes to some of the lore-based things on the map. So if you want to search for those, have fun with that. That's something I will leave to everyone else out there. But that is the changes to Horizon Lunar Colony. And we are going to just do one last little look at some of the things that have also changed in the game. So we will take a look at that right now. Okay, we are here on the main menu just so I can show you a couple other things that have changed. So, the top right hand corner, if you look, there are some things that you will notice. So there is one next to my name. You have the same invite players group option, but you also have a find a group option. So you can go in here, you can look at the different groups, and you can find just, you can join a group for what they want. These people are arcade, these people are quick, and you can join based on what they want. So here you have some, for example, you are limited to what you can play. So there's a flex, there's a shield, which is tank, there's support or healing, and then there is damage. So you have different kind of groups. You have filters here you can change, so it can just be quick, just be arcade, just be versus AI. Restrictions, any or no restrictions, or restrictions only. Wants voice chat, yes or no. Minimum players, you can bump that up to 5, or 1 or 0. Minimum endorsement level is 0 up to 5. Minimum role slots, you can add some, so you can have tanks, so you can have 6 tanks if you want, or you can have it where it's, anything. Damage is a certain amount. Available roles, you can look at whatever. So there's your filters there for that. So this is the new search for group mode, but you noticed, or you may have noticed when I looked at the filter, I mentioned the minimum endorsement level. Endorsement level is a new feature as well. So right now, the endorsement level on my PTR is 1, and that is the number you see here, right next to my name. So the way endorsement level works is it will increase as you play games. As people kind of compliment you and say good things about you, your endorsement level will increase, and you get rewards for having a high endorsement level. So the higher your endorsement level, the higher you get in terms of rewards. And there's kind of like every little bit of time things will kind of happen and you will get little rewards. So I'm going to jump back to the normal type of recording, and I will explain everything more in a little bit more detail. But all the patch notes for all of this stuff will be in the description down below, and I will continue on with the rest of this video in a moment. So let me know what you thought about changing over to the look at the actual live game, and I will see you all in a minute. Alright, and welcome back to the traditional, typical style of Overwatch Weekly videos. So I don't want this video to run too long, so I'll try to keep the rest of this brief. But I mentioned when we were in the actual game that the endorsements feature is new to the game. It is the way to have a more positive impact on the game. So you can endorse other players, and as they gain endorsements, they will gain rewards, and it'll also allow them to be seen as good players. And it's harder to keep your endorsement, so the higher endorsement level you are, the more you need to stay at that level. It's not like you get endorsed a little bit and you stay at level 5. If you're a level 5 endorsement, for example, you need more than if you're a level 1 endorsement, and so on and so forth. If you get actioned in any way, if you get suspended, whatever, you lose all endorsement and you drop down to the lowest level. So that is kind of the general overview for endorsements. I will have a link in the description to the dev update, where Jeff Kaplan goes in detail and talks about everything you need to know about endorsement and looking for group, more than I could. So if you want a full, in-depth, 10-plus minute video on that, the dev update is in the description down below. Some other PTR changes to heroes. We got a change to Doomfist and a change to Orisa. So, Doomfist. The Meteor Strike bonus movement was increased from 150% to 200%, and the shield gain increased from 30 to 35 for normal abilities with the best defense, which is, I believe, his passive ability. And with Orisa, her supercharger ultimate cost was reduced by 15%. So those are the hero changes. The full PTR patch notes, keep in mind, PTR patch notes will be in the description, and that includes all of the changes to Horizon Lunar Colony that I showed you. If I missed anything, you'll be able to read it there, as well as Symmetra's changes. All of that will be in the description down below, in case I missed anything or you're just curious. And of course, this is all live on the PTR right now, so if you want to check it out, head on over to the PTR. But two other little stories I want to mention. One is that there was an Overwatch anniversary drip cake. The video was uploaded onto the Overwatch YouTube channel, so if you want to check that out, that is in the description as well. There was also a video and a story based on the Overwatch League with a deaf Overwatch fan who came up with custom signs for the different heroes because, they're deaf. So they needed to have signs to communicate with other people what the signs are for the heroes. So if you want to read about that and see the full video as provided by the Overwatch League and Watchpoint, that is down below. But with that, I'm going to end this video here. I don't want it to get too long. It's already pretty long. So if you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think about the format that I went with in this video. It's a little bit different, I know, but I'm hoping that it will work out in the long run. And I will see you all next week for the next Overwatch Weekly. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.